Welcome to Jared Scott Outdoors, your source in the field for local outdoor news. This week on Jared Scott Outdoors, we're out here after sturgeon. We're on the Snake River. We've got the big rods out, the big gear. We're hoping to catch some big fish. Now, you might recognize these guys from a recent bear hunting trip. They didn't work out so well, and the elk hunting trip that didn't work out so well. So I said, okay, it's been a bust for the elk, it's been a bust for the bear. How about you bring your boys out and let's go for some sturgeon? And I told them if we don't catch sturgeon, they're not invited to any more trips. So we're hoping to break our run of bad luck. But we've got Devin, Caden, and Cody Pierce here, some friends of mine. And like I said, we're after some big fish. These guys have never caught anything like this, even remotely close to this. So especially the boys are really excited to hopefully get a fish bigger than them. Let's see what we can do. So I found a way to cheat to get the lines out as far as I want out here because it's just a little further than where I can cast. Anyway, so we found if you bring a canoe or a pontoon boat or something like that, a kayak, you can jet the lines out and just drop them right where you want them. And it just saves a lot of headache on casting and recasting when you're looking to get them out there 100 yards. However, when there's a big wind out there, it can make it pretty tough if you're not used to this. And that's what Devin has found out.
What have you done? Seriously.
We had a good laugh at Devin's expense, although he didn't know it. He was too busy trying to fight the wind and the current and the pontoon boat he had no experience with before. A couple of us had 2-pole permits, which allowed us to have 5 lines in the water. In this situation, the more the better. But in reality, it's tough to have any more lines in the water than that in this particular hole. We were actually having a fair amount of nibbles on some of the lines, and so we had to be ready. With sturgeon, they generally seem to just gum the bait or play with it before they finally take it for good. So when you start to see some activity on the line, you have to be ready. Now there's a lot of small 2.5 to 3 foot sturgeon that were planted in the river a few years ago, and they seem to play with the line quite a bit. Either way, you never know when the line starts to tug or tap a little, if it's a big one or just a little guy. You just have to be ready and set the pole and then see what happens from there. When we had 3 different poles getting some action, we were all ready. Caden decided to set the hook, but didn't quite set it hard enough if there was a sturgeon.
Oh yeah. Let me feel. Yeah, you take that one. If that's not a rock.
At first it was solid. Not like a snag, but almost, so I wasn't sure. Then it started to slowly swim upstream.
Because I got pole man. Okay, put that pole in. This is you, Caden. Holy crap, this one's gonna be a good one. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a train down there. It's just not like I can feel it just swimming, but it doesn't even know that it's there, like that he's hooked.
This was obviously a big fish that didn't know it was caught yet. The bottom of this area is nearly snag-free, so the chances of it being that were slim. Meanwhile, Cody was getting some hits as well. He set the hook and felt something on the other end. Then it went slack, so he wasn't sure. It wasn't until he started reeling in and realized that the line was moving upstream that he did indeed have a fish on. Back to Caden's, it just gave occasional hints of a fish, but was so heavy it felt like it could have been a tree. Then it would take line and prove it was a fish. I've heard there were a few 9-foot monsters in this hole, so we assumed Caden was hooked into one.
Cody's got a 2-footer on, acts like it's 10 feet. And we don't know what Caden's got. I think he's got a tree on the end that every now and then swims a little upstream. Oh, Cody caught some moss.
Oh, it's taking it.
You're just taking line? So there's a fish. What do we got? Cody, you gotta have something, right?
I don't know. Like there's freaking moss over there.
Oh, it's swimming to the right.
Oh, it just went limp.
Get it tight. You gotta get it tight. If it goes limp.
There's something. I know there's something there. That's not.
Are you still on?
I think, yeah.
Oh, there it is. It is a. Oh, no! Oh, I bet it just came off. Keep rolling.
Well, Cody's came off, so now to focus on Caden's.
So what are you filling now? Is it?
It's not doing much at the moment.
I think we just got something that doesn't know what's going on. He's too big. It's my hope. Or you've got a carp.
With the fish he was on staying put again, I asked to see the pole to see if I could get this thing moving.
Here, let me hold that for a minute. Let me feel what he's doing. Is he just sitting there?
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and give him. Let me check this drag. You can give. Oh, shoot.
Literally, just as Caden handed the pole over, it went slack. The hook was spit.
It did. It just came off.
Oh shoot.
Are you kidding? We lost 2 fish. Oh, that one makes me sick to my stomach because I've never felt one that heavy. All right, so we had a double and we lost both of them. I don't even know what to say about that.
Well, we got all the poles back out in the water and started the waiting game all over. There was a pause, but then soon enough, a few poles started that tap, tap, tap.
Do you set it or do you wait?
Cody was anxious to set the hook, but was still trying to get the feel of when to set it. And I'll have to admit, sometimes I don't even know. The hits are so light it makes it tough. But you can't just set the hook every time, because if you do it too soon, you just pull the bait away from the fish.
What you're feeling.
That was a miss, but again, with the little fish playing with the bait, we always have lots of those. Quite a while later, we were all sitting there doing the same thing, just waiting for a solid hit. Patience paid off, and eventually, Cody got a hook set.
Okay, now reel down and give it another tight, or give it another hard set. There you go. Got him?
I think so.
And feel free to set it again, just to make sure. I gotta decide if we get some poles. Here, try to come up over, well,
Going in?
that's what I'm trying to figure out, what line's gotta go.
Holy crap.
Now we had the problem with too many poles in the water.
Okay, he swam over that one, it looks like. This one,
And it went slack, so.
Tangling lines up makes it that much harder, so any poles we feel might be a problem, we had to hurry and reel in.
There's no way it came in that easy.
oh, yeah!
This is awesome. It's an arm burner.
As far as sturgeon fights go, Cody was actually able to get this guy in pretty quick. It wasn't a huge one, but it was a good start. We had put a crawdad trap out and it managed to get caught up in its rope.
Oh yeah. Looks like a shark.
Bring him over this way.
After having a dud of an elk hunt and an unsuccessful bear hunt, it was good to finally have some success.
Oh man.
So hold on to the tail and let go of the mouth. And then just kind of, yeah, there you are. Keep him in the water. All right, what do you got to say?
Yeah, buddy. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Love it.
All right, we'll get this guy
Never
back
caught
in the
anything
water
like this
here.
before.
And just kind of push his nose out into the water. And he goes. Yeah. All right.
The Pierce curse is lifted.
I was busy untangling a mossed up line when Caden grabbed a rod that was getting some taps. And he felt like there was enough action that it was worth trying to set the hook.
Oh, I missed it.
Towards you.
Oh yeah.
Set it again.
Oh, it's still good.
Caden hasn't used these kinds of poles before, so wasn't quite sure how to work this big gear at first.
Yeah, so really get in there and set that bugger. And then when you come down, you're reeling it down instead of just putting it down. Does that make sense?
I just made sure to get a good solid set and gave it back to him.
If you're on.
Yeah.
Let's bring that one in, Cody. Yeah, just go ahead and get that in.
It's pretty common that it takes a bit before a good sturgeon finally realizes it's caught. That's when they start to do their runs, and this guy was no exception.
You haven't seen her run yet, so. Oh, there he goes. It is a fish. I was wondering if you were lying or not.
You good?
Oh my gosh.
me 30 more minutes.
Yeah, at this point you just let him go if he's gonna pull on you.
Come on,
Oh, there he is.
nice. Woohoo! Yeah, man.
This guy was a beast. At least it felt like a beast. Oh, that's insane.
That is awesome.
What do you think?
That was pretty cool.
All right.
Actually, that was really cool.
Well,
Amazing.
Caden turned his catch loose with a pretty big smile.
So now you can just kind of point its nose out to the deep and try to hold on and go swimming with him.
Both fish we landed now were good, but we wanted a bigger one. Something closer to the size we'd lost earlier.
start to finish. That's awesome.
Now it was Devin's turn. One more good fish would make it a perfect evening.
Nice, keep it good.
He was determined, but like earlier, there are always lots of bites that don't materialize into a hooked fish.
There you go, reel.
Reel in and sit again. Reel down now. Yank it again. Hard.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel anything there?
We finally got another one set right before dark. The camera was off at the time, but it was Devin's turn to do the work.
Come on, tough guy.
This one was definitely a bigger fish.
What are you grunting so much for?
You got this, brother. Don't show that fish to your boss. Come on. Lift it up and then reel down.
Oh. Get it tight. Reel down, reel down, reel down. Reel down. Hopefully he's just coming in. Well, just keep reeling. Sometimes they're swimming in at you. So just keep going, just keep going.
In the end, it wasn't just swimming in, it had spit the hook. We weren't done yet, so there was still a chance. Devin was grabbing every pole that got nibbles, and sure enough, he was able to set the hook on another. It was now after 10 p.m.
Dang it. That was on there. I don't think it is anymore though.
Check it.
When the tension seemed to go slack for a while, they thought the hook was spit. I checked it, but sure enough, the sturgeon was still there. It had just been swimming our way.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah. There he goes. All right.
Hurry hands it off.
He's going. All right, a little bigger than we thought. He just now realized he's caught. So as long as he's running, you just stop.
It's like you reel in so much and then just like...
Yep. You just lost all that.
There you go, now he's coming in.
So you see how it's slack? Reel, 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 reel. See how easy that is? That's when you reel really fast. When there's good tension, that's when you can reel it and slow it down.
This was looking good. It was a much bigger sturgeon than the previous two. Big enough that Cody had to help give Devin a little muscle to hold the rod up.
So I'm thinking you need to let Devin put his left hand up there and take the whole weight of this fish.
Come on, dude.
I need like...
There you are.
That's it, that's it.
Keep it tight, don't let that down. Reel, 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 reel.
Devin was getting worn down, but he wasn't about to pass this pull off. Instead, he just had his dad help hold up the rod.
Other hand up here by me. He's running, so just let...
Yeah, just let him do his thing. This one's definitely bigger than a 5-footer. Can't horse him in quite as fast.
Just let him go for a second.
All right, Devin, tell me what you think so far.
I'm out of breath.
He's just taking away all your work. He's done good now.
This is the longest fight I've ever seen for a 3-foot fish in my life.
He wants to run again. Just gotta let him. That's when you take your rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want. Okay, get ready. There we go.
Okay, reel. At this point, we were up to 15 minutes. Or rather, Devin was up to 15 minutes of pretty hard reeling, and he was feeling it. However, we still had no idea how long this fight would last. It's not unusual to get half a dozen long runs with these big fish. And when you're talking about 50 to 100 yards of line, each run just means you're starting all over.
Ooh, it's hot.
At this point, the reel was starting to heat up, and that had me a little worried, because I once lost one of the biggest sturgeon I've hooked because the reel burnt up. When the fish ran again, Devin could take a little break, but it was bittersweet, because that meant he just lost ground again.
Gotta be getting tired.
Unreal. And back.
With his dad's help, the two of them started making progress. This was definitely a team effort.
Unreal.
At well over 20 minutes, I doubt Devin has had a forearm workout like this in his life.
Almost there, buddy.
There it is!
Oh yeah, you can see him.
At just under 30 minutes, Devin finally got to see what all his hard work was for.
Oh my gosh. I can't get. It's a freaking alligator.
Oh my God. Look at that thing. Devin. Keep it tight.
Even though it was just a couple feet bigger than the last ones, it probably weighed 3 times as much.
Right there.
There you go, look at that thing. I gotta back up a little.
That thing is
7 foot. What do you think, Devin?
This is amazing. Whoa.
That's just fun as a heck to watch. Yeah, that was a fight. That took 2 of us.
Half an hour, 2 of you.
Half an hour, 2 of us, huh? Yep, way fun. I've never seen anything this big. That's crazy.
Looking at a length chart for sturgeon, this big guy was probably about 35 years old and 200 pounds. There you go. Devin, how was that fight?
That was awesome. Most tired I've ever been in a long time. And 20 minutes of like the worst pain, but it was awesome. It was definitely worth it.
So just another great experience out here with you and with the boys, and just, yeah, couldn't be happier and enjoyed it. Thank you.
We got rid of the bad luck, so we missed 3, caught 3 substantial fish, so can't complain about that. Tune in next week at the same time for another episode of Jared's Got Outdoors.